Welcome to Inspiring Narratives, your favorite channel for uplifting stories, renewed hope, and cultivating a deeper connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Discover with me how turning to Allah can lead you to amazing changes in your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah strengthen your faith and renew your hope, inshallah. In the name of Allah, all thanks and praise belong to Allah. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Get yourself your favorite drink, get comfortable. Let's get started with today's video. Today's video is an important one, which I believe many of you will benefit from, inshallah. Is Allah's delayed relief due to my sins? Or is it a punishment from Allah? Could Allah be angry with me? Or is the delay a test of faith and a means to elevate me in rank? May Allah grant Sheikh Abdel Sattar endless rewards and blessings for his efforts in clarifying these important questions. This video is a translated version of Sheikh Abdel Sattar's response to this question. Sheikh Abdel Sattar says, we as humans often think about this a lot. Subhanallah al-Azim. Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala angry with me? Is that why He hasn't relieved me of the problems I'm facing, the debts that I'm burdened with, or the illness I'm suffering from? Or is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala testing my faith, and that's why relief has been delayed? I want to share something with you that will hopefully bring about a shift in perspective by the will of Allah. May Allah bless you all. First, let me directly address this question, but I must say this first. Whether Allah, blessed and exalted is He, has delayed relief as a form of punishment or as an expression of His displeasure, or because He is testing your faith, there is one thing that remains constant in all scenarios. The Messenger of Allah said, the people most severely tested are the prophets, then the righteous, then those most like them, and then those most like them. Therefore, whether the delay in relief is a test of your faith, because you are strong in your iman and conviction, or whether it is a form of discipline or a consequence of sins and disobedience, the required action is the same. What is needed from you is to persist in obedience to Allah and in dhikr, in seeking forgiveness, and in turning to Allah with humility and desperation until He answers your dua. This is because the delay in relief is a test, regardless of the reason behind it. Many people have told me, Sheikh, Allah's relief is delayed for me, my debts have increased, my illness has worsened, and my problems have multiplied. I'm about to give up because I feel despair. Here lies the danger. Glory be to Allah. Whether Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has delayed relief as a form of punishment or out of displeasure, as a consequence of sins, or because of persistent disobedience in a particular sin, or whether He is testing your faith, the solution is the same. Muster all your strength and direct it towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Humble yourself before Allah Almighty and plead with Him. Yesterday a sister spoke to me saying, I spend 3 or 4 hours a day talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yet there's no relief. Is this a punishment or a test from Allah? Whatever the case, my dear sister or brother, may Allah bless you. Continue on the path you are on and keep striving. But I want to share something with you here. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يُرْشُدُونَ. When my servants ask you, O Prophet, about me, I am truly near. I respond to one's prayer when they call upon me. So let them respond with obedience to me and believe in me. Perhaps they will be guided to the right way. So let them respond to me. What does this mean? Responding means that Allah's response to you is proportional to your response to Him. The more you humble yourself before Allah, the more submissive and broken-hearted you are before Allah, crying in dua, and the more you abandon sins, the more Allah will respond to you. Don't, dear sister, spend time talking to Allah, seeking forgiveness, reciting Ayat al-Kursi and reading Surah al-Baqarah, pleading with Allah, and then after finishing, you engage in backbiting, slander, or committing sins that block Allah's relief. Don't neglect your prayers, don't fall short in obeying your husband, and avoid gossiping about others or spreading slander. May Allah protect us. What we do, glory be to Allah, is that we need to respond to Allah. And when we respond to Him, Allah the Most Glorified will respond to us. But as long as we continue in the problems we are in, like engaging in riba, adultery, may Allah protect us, or anything that angers Allah, such as gossiping, slandering, consuming people's wealth unjustly, witchcraft, envy, may Allah protect us, and all forms of sins, we are cutting ourselves off from the relief of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the first thing I want from you, whether it's displeasure, punishment, or a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is required from us is that we do not lose faith, stop striving, or let shaitan make us despair of the mercy and the relief of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا تَيْأَسُوا مِنْ رَوْحِ اللَّهِ إِنَّهُ لَا يَيْأَسُوا مِنْ رَوْحِ اللَّهِ إِلَّا قَوْمٌ كَافِرُونَ. And do not lose hope in the mercy of Allah, for no one loses hope in Allah's mercy except those with no faith. But dear brothers and sisters, we must hold on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves his servant who persists in the dua and insists in their du'ats. We don't just make dua for a while and then let shaitan cause us to despair and turn away from the mercy of Allah. If that happens, who else will relieve you after that? Who else will you turn to? Subhanallah al-Azim. Through dua, whether Allah relieves your hardship or not, you are in great goodness. I'm going to say that again. Through dua, whether Allah relieves your hardship or not, you are in great goodness. Every word you said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not go to waste. Let me tell you another thing. Learn the lesson, my brothers and sisters. Perhaps you have repented and returned to Allah, but you haven't learned a certain lesson yet. Allah might relieve your distress today. For example, you may have a debt of £1 million that has been pending for a year or two, and you were on the verge of going to prison. Then Allah relieves you from it. Then instead of taking heed, the next morning you take out another loan and tie yourself to another guarantor, you end up in the same problems again or engage in other sinful acts. Allah cleared your debt. Why go back to sins, big or small, and resume what you were doing before? Allah cannot be deceived. Glory be to Him. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. There is nothing like Him. Allah, glorified and exalted, postpones relief to purify your heart and correct your actions. He wants to fully teach you the lesson. First point, no matter how much relief is delayed, whether it is punishment, a trial, or a test from Allah, or due to wisdom that He alone knows, do not despair. Stand firm at the door of Allah. You have no other Lord, subhanallah al-Azim. No one else can give you what you need or do anything for you. Just keep making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and take all permissible means as commanded by Allah. The second point, may Allah bless you, how can you know whether Allah's delayed relief upon you is due to His anger, punishment, trial, or a test of faith? How can you tell? You can find out with just one thing. Are you persisting in sin or not? If you keep committing the same sins, it's a sign of punishment and anger from Allah. Even if you keep making dua, it might not be answered because you're doing things like consuming forbidden wealth, not giving people their rights, dealing with riba, engaging in things like fornication, may Allah protect us, gossiping, taking other people's money unfairly, or committing any other sins. This also includes looking at or listening to things that are forbidden, disobeying or angering your husband, cutting off family ties, or neglecting your duties towards your parents. If you continue on this path and still make dua to Allah, it could become a punishment from Allah and a sign of His anger and wrath. However, if you have repented to Allah, the Exalted, and you're examining your sins and transgressions, avoiding them entirely, and saying, "Oh Allah, relieve me and I will never return to any of these sins again," and you are carefully examining yourself, like looking closely through a microscope. You need to think, in what ways am I angering Allah? Then you must stop doing it. As long as you are making dua, you must stop every sin, whether small or big, because even a small sin can delay Allah's relief from reaching you. Therefore, you must try to purify yourself as much as possible. This is why I persevere in seeking forgiveness, in reciting Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayat Al-Kursi, and in maintaining obedience to Allah the Exalted, no matter what happens to me. Another issue is that you might be doing something in this world that displeases Allah. For example, you might act harshly towards others. May Allah protect us. So Allah, glorified and exalted be He, delays relief for you until you realize that you must stop being harsh with people. Because now, for example, you struck someone and hurt them, and the issue was resolved in seconds. But what if next time you strike someone and things escalate? You could cause a big problem. Here, Allah stops you until you change your ways, your anger and your bad intentions. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you and bless you. The last thing, Allah may be delaying relief while you are doing your part. You are doing all the things you should be doing. You're staying away from all the different kinds of sins. You have looked into all possibilities. You don't look at anything haram, forbidden. Nor do you do anything bad. You don't backbite. You don't deal with riba. You don't disobey your parents or your husband. You don't neglect your prayers, nor do you combine your prayers. You don't delay the payment of your zakah. You try to keep your heart pure and clean before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here, we still need to humble ourselves before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make dua to Allah. Glorified and exalted be He. If you persist in a sin, whether it is a major or minor sin, whether it is old or recent, and you insist on it, here Allah delays relief because of this sin. It becomes a form of anger from Allah. Glorified and exalted be He. And punishment from Allah. Blessed and exalted be He. But if you try to be as pure and clean as possible, remembering that we're not angels, glory be to Allah, and you keep working on improving yourself, constantly checking yourself so that no sins, mistakes or bad habits are left, then the delay in relief may be for a wisdom Allah wills, or a test of faith. Subhanallah al-Azim. In every moment of delay in relief, you gain rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So why is Allah delaying my healing? It could be for this reason or that reason. But in every moment, subhanallah al-Azim, there are blessings and rewards. So as we said, the most important thing in these situations is that we remain steadfast, making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is about dua, pleading and hoping and humbling ourselves before Allah, crying and asking Allah Almighty to grant us from His bounty, and never despairing, my dear beloved brothers and sisters. I have told you about the differences, so recognize them and remain consistent always. If you found any value in this video, don't forget to like and share with your loved ones. Remember, those who guide others to good are like those who do good themselves. May we all continue to inspire and uplift one another. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so do leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.